Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Angie Blog and Angie. Welcome. I just have a collective message. I was already ruffling the cause today, and I was getting ready to do Leo for the month of July, and I was literally just put my girls to bed, and right away Spirit's like, no, not yet. So this card came out, and he literally made me study them, each of them, with this book that I have. It's called Positively Tarot. And see, I even put like bookmarks and stuff because he wants me specifically to speak about specific things from these specific cards that he made me pull out. And then on top of that, like the other cards that came out was the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, so welcome. If this message resonates, take it how it resonates. If not, then use discernment. There's other videos for you to listen to. Also, if you feel called to, there's a new podcast that I released recently, number 41. Everything you need to know is in the description below. Okay, other than that, thank you guys so much for your your comments and subscribes, your shares, your donations. I really appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate you. All right, also being guided to let you know there is a channel message that I received literally when I was cooking for my girls. It's in the community board. If you go check it out, there is a message for someone who is, I don't know if it's related to this message, if you're an artist, or if you're a musician or something like that, but Holy Spirit is trying to communicate with you through music, through other people, through other things. I feel like you're somebody dealing with a lot of things. It could be that, inner childhood wounds and stuff like that. So we're gonna tap more into that. But yeah, I've been guided to let you guys know, check out, I post there on the community more often, and also on my social media as well. If you're interested to follow me, that's also awesome. Okay, other than that, let's get into it. Let's see what collective wants to specifically tell you, whoever this is. I feel like the first card that came out was the Hangman. Okay, so we have the Hangman, which usually the Hangman talks about, Neptune, which it went retrograde, right? Not long ago. I think it was the 28th of June, right? So, but also it's interesting when I was reading about it, it was very interesting. It also talks about Pisces energy, okay? But also it's interesting how some of us are feeling like kind of stuck, right? Kind of stagnant and stuff like that. Kind of like in a standing still, or kind of willing to surrender or not willing to. I feel like this is the willingness to surrender the ego, the pride, has taken a lot of strength, right? It takes a lot of courage. And it's interesting what I'm going to read to you guys, because I've been divinely guided to do so. That's what I said. This message is very specific for somebody who needs to hear this type of words, this type of messages. I feel like this is somebody that needs to have, sorry, I'm laughing, but it's just that this is a specific person that needs to have, with the Emperor energy, this is someone that needs to have like a concrete, detailed facts, right? Like they have a very old mentality, or they attach to people who have very old mentality, beliefs and limited beliefs, right? They're stuck in old traditions, right? So I feel like this person is trying to overcome a lot of things that's happening in their life, specifically in terms of relationship, past relationship, or maybe perhaps a relationship with a father or a mother. But this feels like a very old traditional masculine energy, right? With the Six of Cups, they could have been abused. They could have been something like, this person has a shatter mentality, like their dreams or childhood like energy has been shattered, right? Has been literally demasculated. So I feel like this person demasculate their children, if they're boys or something. It's something very toxic, okay? Some of you could feel kind of abandoned, kind of settling for really not reciprocated energy, like I feel like you're being stuck in this energy for a long time, okay? The Four of Cups talks about feeling rejected, abandoned, or feeling like you're not good enough, or like, you know, why should I try? Why should I try anything, right? If nothing really is it's gonna make a difference, right? I feel like it's like spirit's trying to speak to you, whoever you are. Like they're showing you something like right in your face, but you're stuck in the past. You're looking at things that didn't work out, or things like, you know, if you're wasting your time. Like I feel like you're kind of like looking at old dreams or past things that didn't work out, but you literally have something like right in front of you, but you're not looking, you're not seeing, right? And I see that it's interesting that when this card came out, the Two of Cups came out. So it talks about a partnership. It could be a relationship. There's something that you're missing, right? Because these people have 2 cups, right? So right now what is missing is you taking that chance forward and moving to another person, connecting, or, you know, partnership or collaborating, or some type of, this is a high level soulmate. And I feel like with the angels here, there's like Michael is trying to show you, by the way, there's somebody who is going to give you that emotional fulfillment, because I feel this person usually has been accepting very low toxic vibrational energy or relationship, or any type of way. It could be in friendships as well, it could be in a lot of things. Okay, so I feel like with the Hangman here, talks about someone really going through a period of standstill, but it's necessary. This is where I'm going. Okay, it's necessary for this person to have this reality, this time out, this perhaps separation, this time to really reassess their thoughts. Okay, but let's get into it. Let's see what they want to say. But you see at the bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant. Okay, so you actually are connected with someone who, yeah, they're telling me to leave it out. Hierophant, and then at the bottom, yeah, Pages of Cards. So some of you are having an issue with communication, right? Perhaps like, you know, your throat chakra is beginning to open, but also could be that you could be going through a spiritual awakening, or, you know, dealing with some type of rejection, or getting the strength to, even though you might think that you might get rejected, you're still gonna go forward and ask that person out, or kind of, you know, be committed. Perhaps this is someone that, you know, hasn't been committed for a long time because they don't really believe in like committed relationship, right? They're usually, this is somebody who has all their life have been kind of like heartless, right? And now they've been triggered to, especially the King of Cups. The King of Cups usually holds their feelings intensely. Okay, they're really good, but also they're usually emotionally stable, emotionally they can be vulnerable, very empathetic, you know, but they usually hold their feelings to themselves, and they operate you know, with empathy, with love and stuff like that, but they don't really give because of that, because they're so emotional, right? They tend to yeah, definitely work constantly on their emotions to portray something, you know, to other people, that they're not too sensitive, that they're not vulnerable and stuff like that. But now with the Hierophant, I feel like they're learning from someone, or this could be them. The Hangman and the Hierophant is a very good cards of learning, right? 5, change. It could be change, or it could be a spiritual, it could be something about commitment. Like I feel like this person didn't have that before. They didn't believe in commitment, right? Or a commitment to anything. It could be a commitment to a project. It could be commitment to a relationship. It could be commitment to, you know, being loyal to somebody, marriage perhaps. You know, this person is really looking at things, and they know who they want, right? With the Ace of Cups here. But I feel like this person is giving themselves love now. Yeah, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're working very hard, but definitely they have Seven of Swords talks about sneaky energy, but the Devil's in reverse. I feel like they're working on themselves right now, but also I feel like I don't know, this could be for like maybe a teacher or an educator or someone like with the Hierophant, is someone like highly influential, someone very like they're looking at someone like very spiritual, very influential, someone who's here to perhaps they're feeling like they should apologize or something. There's something here that this person is trying to bottle up within themselves, that they don't know how to express themselves. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So first, the Hangman. So let me show you. When I was reading it today, I was like, wow, there's a lot. Yeah, with the Strength card. Okay, so the Hangman could be 12. That too, the synchronicity, the numbers could be significant. 12, which could be December and breaking into its 6, right? So this person is dealing with, it's healing intense, very toxic childhood wounds, okay? And you know, if someone who has been going through that healing journey, their childhood wounds and stuff like that, you know how hard this is, okay? Especially if you're healing father wounds, right? Perhaps if there was an absent father or there was an absent mother, let's say, right? Like this is very difficult. I feel like this person is literally building that courage and the strength to don't feel rejected or abandoned. I feel like this person, by their own people, that they should have been there for them, you know, they were neglected, right? So I feel like this person thinks that any relationship that they get into are going to be neglected, abandoned, rejected. So this person is operating in because there's a transformation here, or it had happened already if this is a timeless reading. But I feel like, again, Leo, there's a Leo energy, Leo season, so maybe that's why I'm picking up this energy. And a lot of energies are resurfacing right now with the full moon in Capricorn that is coming next week. So a lot of you are releasing things, right? So now we are able to pick it up to help you in your journey, okay? So thank you guys for liking this video or any actions in this channel, so that way other people are able to pick up this message as well, as it could be of help for somebody, okay? All right, so the Hangman, it says to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you, okay? So this is what this person is going through. So the first thing talks like about the personification of the psychology of the Hangman, okay? So it said the Hangman can represent a state of psychological immobilization after a significant ego assault. So if you have the Tower or the Death, right? Which it hasn't come up yet, but if it comes up in the reading, you know what's up, okay? So yeah. So it says, when you have exhausted all attempts at negotiating depicted in the previous card, so the Justice, and have reached an irreversible stalemate or impasse, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, total surrender, right, is your only remaining option. Relinquishing control is the only way out of emotional pain and suffering. So there's been a lot. So that's what I'm picking up to. Like this person has been through a lot, okay? And it's not just parents. It could be, you know, friends that they thought that they were friends with them or something like that. That were their friends, but they're not. They're very toxic. I feel like this person could have been also molested. So that's why, that's for some of you, very specific, okay? It could have been a friend or family member or something like that. So I feel like this person has kept this secret for so long, so you know the family or anybody don't look at them in a certain way, you know. And I feel like this is what's been very difficult for this person to heal and overcome, okay? So that's for someone specific, okay? Starting the process of forgiving yourself and other is key to this seemingly incarcerated archetype. Forgiveness means to give back or return any ego assaulting energy, rather than allowing it to continue to delineate your life experience. It's only by taking time out to recognize and disown the original source of the emotional wound that you can truly be released from it. Okay? I hope that's clear for someone, and know that you're not alone in this journey, okay? So, yeah. The great Indian independence activist Mahatma Gandhi, who himself spent lengthy periods of time immobilized in jail, once said, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness," which is usually the judgment card, "is the attribute of the strong." From this, we can understand how this archetype in their weakened position needs nothing other than time. Okay? Time to build the strength which is interesting that it came up, your strength card, and resolve, truly forgive, and set themselves free. So this is someone who's trying to build that forgiveness for themselves, who are forgiving themselves, who are forgiving whoever hurt them. And forgiveness is a practice, right? It takes time, okay? So I feel like this person, whoever you are, you're in that process of that, okay? And I feel like you understand now why you're being encouraged for this, is because when you want to go into a relationship that is healthy, right? That is spiritual, right? That is, it could be a marriage, it could be a new job or a new business or commitment, or collaborating with other people. You need to heal these aspects of yourself that it prevents you, that creates self-sabotaging, right? That creates this idea or thinking that you're not good enough, right? So yeah, because it creates self-sabotage that are unnecessary, really, right? So that's the point of healing that inner childhood wounds, okay? In the Hangman card, part of the elaboratory structure ego scaffold still remains in place, though it is much reduced. The ego has not suffered a complete and total collapse. Instead, it is left hanging by a thread, right? Forced to orderly and completely relinquish its form dominant levels of cognate control. Pulling out of all this scaffolding at once will initiate a sudden structural collapse, the tower, and complete dissolution of the ego would result death, which, unless you are consciously and spiritually prepared, that's why you have the Hierophant, can constitute what the medical profession labels a nervous breakdown. So if you have the moon or the tower come out, that's what's coming out. It is only after this protracted period spent upon the hangman's scaffold, angry, hurt, and grieving, that all self is sacrificed, so any limiting or destructive aspects of the psyche are transmuted and transcended. In surrendering to what is and remaining passive and inactive, you undertake a voluntary period of waiting, of allowing rather than actively trying to make your dreams and ambition come to pass. The beautiful orchestration of this archetype can be seen in how external environment and events outside your control enforce a significant pause to reconnect with your deepest desires, which you already see is like there's something that you want that you think it's not obtainable or is impossible, but it's actually, the cards are showing you that it is possible, okay? Depending on your perspective and psychological response, the inextricable experience of waiting and wanting can be easy and pleasant, or uneasy and unpleasant. A waiting or wanting period can either feel like a major setback or delay, like you have been left hanging or in suspense, or a welcome rest and break from life's majors or mundane concerns. That's for some of you. Very specific, different messages, okay? So you take what resonates and leave the rest and use discernment, okay? Fighting or pushing for a desired outcome when external factors for its manifestations remain unaligned can cause unnecessary suffering. When this archetype appears in a reading, action or activating thoughts are futile. Nothing can be done to advance your cause except patiently and passively waiting, not wanting, for your life and its destined path to reconjure and align. The Wheel of Fortune. And we saw the Wheel of Fortune here. It's here. Okay? So right now, a lot of you are feeling kind of like, why do I have to wait? I honestly, I will pray to God to ask that question. Because when you are right now advised, it could be a lot of reasons, but I feel like a lot of these reasons, it could be because right now he's trying to strengthen your heart, trying to purify your heart. Or it could be, right now it's not the right time, it's everything is divine timing. Or it could be right now you're not in alignment with a certain job, person, or thing, or something that you're wishing, right? And this is why you're feeling kind of like, oh, now I have to wait for this, but I want, and some of you, it could be that, like, right now, waiting can actually prolong and delay, the things that you want, right? But some of that waiting also is being recommended for some of you, because right now there's something that you need to work on first on yourself before you get into that journey that you're meant to go to, okay? But I definitely feel there's something about low vibrational energy, the feeling of rejection, abandonment, feeling inadequate, that you're not enough and stuff like that. Like there's something that you have to surrender, and it takes courage, you know, especially being vulnerable. Absolutely. I feel like this person, whoever you are, you're not used to being vulnerable or sensitive or talk about your feelings and stuff like that. But that's what it is. That's the death of the ego. Your ego right now is fighting with you, you know, with this, because it's like it's telling you, oh, you're going to be rejected, you're not good enough, that person's not, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's something that you're constantly battling, while you're also battling with you know, the external, like having people, could be a father figure, someone that you look up to, that, you know, they're not giving you the right advice, but you also are understanding this. And I feel like you're still keeping these feelings, like you want to communicate this, you see someone as your wish fulfillment, right? But it's like it's over before it even started, right? You breadcrumb this, or there was not reciprocity, now you want to do some reciprocity. Like there's something that this King of Cups is ending, or he wants to end, but he doesn't. I feel like he's looking for that guidance. Okay, again, I don't read gender, I'm reading energies right now. So yeah, Sun Tzu wrote extensively on the art of the hangman and the art of war. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. Interesting. Interesting. In the modern sense, the bodies can be viewed as the oppositional forces, both internal and externally mirror in your surroundings environment. They're working against the manifestation of your greater potential. Yeah, this person has a massive potential. Perhaps that's what I was telling you guys about that post that I put on the community board about this specific person who could be a musician or artist. And I feel like they're heavily influenced by someone that is trying to block their manifestations. Yeah, they're trying to block that potential for this person. This could be you, or take it however, someone who's around you. In allowing an eventful period of time to pass by, you are being provided with an opportunity to review your life. The Ace of Swords. Waiting, withdrawing, stepping back, or allowing things to settle themselves, the Four of Swords, is often a well-disguised blessing. The longer the delay, the better, finer, and more endurable the final gratification can be. So that too, it could be for someone that right now you are guided to stop, to hold, right? To hold all of that with all your strength. Take all the courage and strength to hold that vision. Hold that you want so much, okay? So that it can actually, when you actually get it, when you're actually there, you can actually enjoy it and not miss it as a missing opportunity, right? So you don't look at it when it gets to you. You don't look at it as like, oh, it's the same as everyone. But you know, this time you're actually gonna take a kind of, you know, see, okay, wait, no, this is the opportunity, right? Which is important because I feel like for some of you, you have seen this opportunity, but right now you know that you need to hold yourself back. Do what you gotta do before you get into this partnership, right? Especially if you have to heal inner childhood wounds, right? All right, in the personal life, I heard about this spirituality. Yes, there was a part here where I read, okay. Only by surrendering to a higher level of consciousness, either the voice of the higher self or the wisdom of a trusted spiritual counselor or mentor, high priestess, hermit, high priestess over here, can we find true and authentic support. By letting go and submitting or surrendering to a higher purpose or fate, again, the Wheel of Fortune keeps coming out. The Hangman's voluntary pause to reconnect, Moon or Hermit. Remember, Moon still talks about deeper feelings, connecting, nurturing your intuition, and the Hermit talks about, you know, searching, going within, disconnecting with what no longer serves you, kind of thing. Okay, learn from Virgo energy. Maybe if you have Virgo in your chart, you can go check it out. But Virgos, usually that's the Hermit card. We retreat when we have to, and we come out when it's needed. But it's not something that we're constantly. Yeah, it's always asking questions from within. without asking for external validation or looking for external, okay? Brings ever greater embodied enlightenment, okay? Only when the body is hung upside down do we start to really renegotiate the physical weight we carry with. So this is person carrying all that weight, and you see how this person is only when by hanging by a thread, you know, they start seeing enlightenment, right? But I like a part that I read here that is interesting. Yeah. The hangman on his cruciform type scaffold evokes the image of Jesus being sacrificed, right? On the cross and publicly shamed, yet the figure is turned to the other way around and simply remains there out of choice, suggesting a more private name and shame game is in play. Whether public or private, the more attention and energy are brought to the cause, the greater the opportunity for physical refinement. I think it's like psychical. To quote Confucius, the faults of a superior person are like the sun and the moon. They have their faults and everyone sees them. They change, which is the wheel of fortune again, and everyone looks up to them, okay? So I feel like this person is definitely going to a transformation, something that they haven't expected that they will have to do, but it's necessary. You know, now they're understanding the change and evolving and doing things differently, or the change and learning is something that is constant, right? That you always have to be learning, that you always, you know, changing and evolving, that you're not meant to be stuck in a, you know, and I feel like this person is building the strength right now to stand up for themselves too, right? And let go of anything that no longer serves him, that makes him feel any type of low way, or makes him feel insecure, or makes him, you know, I feel like this person is removing all of that, which is good, okay? Thus, a public or private exposure over mistakes or indiscretion suggests the arrogant, wayward aspect of the self to a greater blast of discrimination and ultimately refinement, which fast tracks our spiritual progress and evolution. So that's why we have the Hierophant here. This person, you're meant to be someone, a very spiritual educator, a teacher, someone who is gonna influence in a good way too. But you know, I feel like your story is gonna help a lot of people, you know, for whatever thing that you have to overcome, that you literally have to pull yourself out of, you know, and I feel like also this partnership, this union is going to be very yin and yang kind of, because I feel like this person also has dealt with similar situations. Yes, so here, by voluntarily subjecting ourselves to some form of private or public exposure, we take a practical step towards subduing pride and arrogance. Which, watch, this is why you have the strength here. So this person is going through that. They're letting go of this being so arrogant and prideful, literally the ego. They will be operating in the ego, and that's literally shedding, right? To cultivate deeper spiritual reverence, humility, right, with the temperance, and eventually enlightenment, right? Which this is what it is. The Hangman and the Hierophant is all about enlightenment, spirituality, look at things from a different perspective, duality, you know what I'm saying? So what else? I saw in the health, was it the health that I? Mystery. Keep public engagement interest in wanting more over. Okay, so the health and well-being. So after putting to rights or any major health imbalance, because we have this strength that decided to, you know, strength talks about health. So because it came out bad, I think there's something here that they want you to know. After putting the rights of any major health imbalance, justice, an involuntary extended period of abstinence or self-sacrifice might be necessary to get your health back on track. So this is also another thing that this person is overcoming, not giving their wee-wee, if you have a wee-wee, or if you're a woman, away. This person is learning that they have to sacrifice that constant need to numb themselves, whether with alcohol, drugs, sex, porn, whatever the stuff. Like, this person is literally going through that. Like, they are building that self-discipline, self-control, because they know it's not healthy. It's not healthy to do this. This system, society has benefited way too much from you guys leaking your energy to the point that you miss on opportunities, you stay stuck in lack mentality, you don't go through your spiritual awakening, you don't learn any lessons, you don't change or evolve, you stay stuck and you rot like that, you know? And then you let people control you, manipulate you because you're in a low vibration, operating just as them, because they want to keep you there. Now, what I'm trying to say for those of you who are doing this type of, you know, they call it sacrifice, right? Because eventually it becomes normal. It's not really a sacrifice. But for those, I don't know, as a person who never had that type of addiction, but I feel like a lot of you who didn't have this addiction, let's say the sex addiction, then for you it's more easy to be abstinent, right? To be celibate. But for those who never experienced that or had that sex addiction situation, it could be like, you know, masturbation and stuff like that, like having you know, a period of really not doing those things, it could be very difficult, right? So I really suggest to do, I don't know, it did help a lot of people that I talked to about this, the Daniel fasting, okay? I don't know if you're someone religious, but it feels like you're going to be. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't relate to, like, you know, a lot of you is like, oh, but that's Christian if I'm not Christian. I understand. I get it. Find a fasting that works for you and your religion, let's say. But remember, religion is there to separate. Spirituality is here to connect, to unite. So I'm giving an example as someone who has been in that Christian, you know, I'm not Christian, I'm spiritual. But I'm saying that I took things from each of those religions that has helped me evolve to be who I want to be spiritually, let's say. And I'm still learning. I'm novice at this, okay? Even though I've been doing this for a while now, like, I'm still learning. I'm not completely like, oh, I'm an expert and master. No, mastery takes time and discipline and control, right? It takes a lot of strength and courage, okay? So as someone who was dealing with type of addictions, it helped to do the 21-day Daniel fasting, okay? Like, I was very addicted to weed, okay? And it was not, you know, I was literally in this journey that you're going through, okay? So this is for different people dealing with addictions right now. And I feel like that's what we're working on together, okay? Because when you're in addiction, where it's a low vibration and the devil has easier hold over you. And this is why the devil came up in reverse here, is because when the journey of overcoming, staying bound to negative energy, low vibration, staying bound to this, you know, it's actually successful and it brings financial success, okay? The 10 of Pentacles is literally financial generational wealth, and very successfully the Chariots. That's why you guys are being bound and stuck in this thing and thinking that you're not, you know what I'm saying? But with the Wheel of Fortune here, it talks about that you're destined to overcome this lifetime, okay? With the Moon card here, all these suppressed energy, all these the secrets, all this lying, manipulating, and doing things, you know, to get your way, it's not gonna work, okay? It's not. So yeah, so that's for some of you. So when I did the fasting, okay, it helped. It really did, okay? And it really works. Yes, you know, the Daniel fasting is really like also, it helped me with balancing back to better health, like fruits and vegetables only. But it's not a diet. So let me clear this up. It's not a diet. It's actually another way also to, you know, create connection with God, right? Because I feel like if you're somebody who needs this type of strength to overcome any type of addiction, especially the like really, really intense addiction that you have try to use to cope with this abuse, childhood abuse and stuff like that, or toxic relationship and stuff like that, I'm telling you, you need God. Okay? He's the only one who can get you out of the rut, especially if you've been digging for a long time, okay? You know, Jesus, Master Jesus, an amazing ascended master, but you can also check out Buddha, you can check out other ascended masters, okay? But they also teach you the same thing about enlightenment, about higher consciousness, how to connect with God, to help you in these situations, because he's the only one who can help you, okay? So that's it. The 21 Daniel fasting, it helps with that too, that you have periods of time that you're praying every single day, right? So this is why it's different than a diet. It's not a diet, because if you're looking at it as a diet, then it's not a fasting, okay? Fasting involves praying, okay? So whatever way you want to pray, there's not an actually way to pray, you know, just talk. Just have that conversation in the morning and nighttime. But you'll see if you look it up, 21-day Dino fasting, how to do it, and you commit to it. That too, if you have issues with commitment, this is actually going to help you as well. How to build discipline, how to be committed to something and start something and finishing it, right? If you've been having issues with that you start something but you never end up finishing it, right? You end up like having a bunch of stuff that you start but you never finish, and then you're all already thinking of another thing, you know what I'm saying? And then you miss opportunities and stuff like that kind of stuff, okay? Also, it builds discipline, and God wants us, is helping us to do that, because we're not taught this. Self-discipline is not taught, and he's trying to teach us that, because it really is healthy for you. It's healthy to have, and it helps you to be more conscious, more mindful, to have discipline, okay? And also committed to something. Commit to something is actually healthy also for you. Whatever it is that you want to commit. You want to commit to music. You want to commit to partnership. You want to commit to a career. You want to commit to a specific cause or project or volunteer, whatever it is. All of that requires a specific strength, right? A specific discipline, a specific courage, right? And also being vulnerable, right? Which is something that, you know, usually the King of Cups is somebody very sensitive, very emotional, but they tend to hold all that in, thinking that, you know, if they express too much or they say too much, that they're gonna be rejected, or they're not gonna be accepted in certain society or certain places, you know what I'm saying? So it's all a journey. It's all a healing journey, okay? Now, if you're going through a protracted period of feeling helpless, emotionally, psychologically strung out, suffering incurable hang-ups, or physical asking too much of yourself, it might be time to rearrange your perspective. And like the upturned hangman, look at your situation from another angle while taking a backseat approach, okay? Which I feel like this is something that you're being kind of guided as well, right? Look at things from a different perspective. Heal these childhood wounds. Try to perhaps, you know, if you're surrounded by these people, they don't help you heal, that they don't help you evolve, that you constantly have to be being strong for, even though like you don't really, you know, you're going to see that there's going to be a point that you know that you need to walk away from certain people, places, or things. They no longer serve you, so that you can be at peace. Okay, this is somebody who has been dealing with that situation, not feeling at peace. Okay, and this is the point of this. We're trying to help you find that peace, okay, with whatever it is that you need to do. That's why the collective, this energy, everyone's going to pick it up, because you're somebody, you could be having Leo chart. Maybe that's when I started Leo. Maybe you have Leo in your chart, or you could be a Leo, but Leo is heavy in your chart. And then this season, the Leo season, which begins on the 22nd, it's all about the heart chakra, right? It's opening up, right? So this is what's happening. It's like they want you to start this journey, right? What are we filming? We're filming today is the 11, which is interesting. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 11 days, and to now to the 21st is 21 days, right? 21. The 31st, yeah, so starting for today and the 31st is 21 days, sorry. Which, I don't know, whoever sees this message by the time I'm filming, but then again, it's a timeless reading. Right now, you can be in the past, present, or future. So whenever you find this message and you know you are in this situation, if this confirms, let me know in the comments, you know, let me know, you know, you'll know what is it that is specific that you're been having a very hard time to let go of, or to stop, that you know it's not good for you, and it's affecting your health and your well-being and feeling at peace and feeling love and connecting better with other people. This is it, you know. This is, if you were looking for a sign, this is it, okay? This is especially useful to remember if, for instance, you're awaiting the arrival of a long overdue medical test result, or for the birth of a baby after seemingly long pregnancy. Appreciating what you have as much as what you have not at any given moment is the path of true wholeness and happiness. Okay? So that's it. That's for some of you. It's like right now, perhaps, you know, this is also an indication if you need to do some test results. For example, if you're somebody who has been sexually active a lot and you have neglected the fact that you have to before any new partnership that you're with, that I feel like this is something that you're not neglecting, right? Is that, you know, do you have an STD? Do you have any sexual disease? Do you know or do you not know? Do you want to have these results so that way perhaps create a habit and commit to the habit that before you have sex with any new person, you ask them for results because you're someone clean, right? This is for somebody that needs to understand that, you know, having a spiritual journey or being someone of high influence is also yourself. You have to be that person that you want to see and be, right? If you want a clean commitment, someone who's loyal, someone who is in divine energy, right? And the divinity, you know, you cannot be exchanging your energy with anybody. It's just what it is. That's why it's no alignment with this person yet, is because that person, whoever the universe or God is trying to align you with, you cannot be with this person because this person, perhaps they're celibate. Perhaps this person does ask people for their medical results before they have sex with them, before they have anything with them, you know? And that too, as soon as that person has asked that, there's rejection and stuff like that. Like people don't want to be with them because most of these people do have a disease and they're trying to pass it on to this person. They don't care. They just want to have sex, right? They just want to use this person. So now you are learning through a person or someone that you've seen that is doing that, and now it's happening to you, and you don't understand why you're feeling rejected, right? That's for some of you. But because it's that you're saving yourself perhaps for union. You want, or this person is saving themselves for union, for matrimony, or being with their divine person or something like that. And you want to be that person. Let's say you feel it, like you know that you're that person. But you haven't been celibate, right? You've been having sexual encounters you know what I'm saying? And that too, there's something that you're waiting for test result. This is for a lot of you, it's specific. Because you want to show your person that you're clean, that you don't have, you know what I'm saying? And you want to also be truthful with your person, right? Well, this took longer than I thought, but I feel like that was the hangman that they wanted me to read to you. All right, the strength card. So let's see. Strength. I saw... Yeah, so it says, under the influence of this archetype, lost, arrogance, and hubris or superiority complex are understood and subdued by humility, grace, elegance, loveliness, beauty, charm, decency, leniency, kindness, charity, compassion, sympathy, mercy, and benevolence. This is the stuff that you're working on right now. This is not easy. And if you don't have any of these qualities yet, and then your person does, this is why you're feeling kind of rejected. Because you're not there yet, and that's okay. You just have to be able to recognize that within yourself first so that you can be at peace. That too, if you don't change for other people because you want to be in their life or something like that, like anybody who knows your journey, who you communicate clearly and actually have the best intentions toward you, they can understand your journey. They're not going to judge you or anything like that. They know that you're working on these things. And I feel like for some of you in this lifetime, this is what you're working on, is letting go of codependency, be more loving, having that inner beauty within yourself, being humble, graceful, being kind, charitable, having compassion and sympathy. You know, it's you're building that, and that takes courage, okay? In a world like this, in a system like this, you're building empathy right here. This is not easy. I feel like your person already has those qualities, but that's because perhaps they were taught that they were having, let's say they were having a good parenting style methods, right? But you didn't. Okay, so you kind of have to rebuild all of that you didn't learn as a child. Okay, so that's okay. If I'm telling you, your person will understand this. Someone who is heal, is divine, and it knows itself, and you know, you don't have nothing to worry about, okay? And I feel like this is something that you have to heal. This is why you need to heal, because I feel like anything that triggers you from that other person, it's gonna make you self-sabotage and jeopardize this beautiful connection that you have. And I think this is why divine doesn't want you to jeopardize that, or also, you know, create pain in situations for that other person who already did this type of work, okay? So yeah, that's for some of you. Okay, in the strength is graceful, civilized human impulses and instinct, temperance, especially when they are threatened. It does not buy killing or wild animal aspect, for it exemplifies the key Buddhist principle of non-violence towards ourselves and others, by via deep self-realization, taming, integrating, and appropriating their power and strength for higher purposes. And that's what you're doing. Perhaps you were raised by very abusive, hitting and stuff like that, like very toxic family or friends or something, and you weren't used to that, but you don't want to be like that. And that's okay. That's part of your spiritual enlightenment, that we're not meant to be abusive and toxic, and this is what you're working on, okay? In becoming better friends with our whole selves and befriending our inner beasts, we can pacify and vanquish our savage, feral, wild, or predatory impulses and unwholesome emotions such as pride, arrogance, and conceited. By allowing our higher mind to captivate our wayward or animalistic monkey mind, we can induce ever higher levels of conscious awareness, High Priestess, the magician, and cease to be driven by devolved, mundane, or base pursuit and interests. So our typical strength aspect is powered by facing our fears, and that's what you're doing. You're facing your fears of rejection and abandonment and feeling inadequate, right? The repressed aspects of ourselves that we find most abhorrent or frightening. Evoking the energy of this archetype can subjugate and control any such fear-based thoughts or inhibitions that many holding us back from living a freer, full in a chariot, fuller and more fulfilled life. When we work towards integrating rather than forcefully rejecting, repressing, ignoring, disrespecting, or over intellectualizing or raw, wild, natural, intellectual, animalistic urges and behaviors, we avoid the fierce ego snapback that comes from what the Sun Tzu described as pushing a desperate foe too hard. If the strength archetype falls under a shadow influence, the devil, right? That's what we have it in reverse. Their intention to assert a positive influence over others can potentially become convoluted, resulting in patronizing or condescending words or behaviors, and considering all those who don't subscribe to their highly civilized behavioral ideals as inferior or beneath them. That's why when you're in your emperor energy, and if you operate in that vibration, you think that everyone should be like that, but it's not the truth. You have very old, limited, outdated beliefs about how perhaps parenting, or how relationships should be, or how a friendship should be. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you're being asked to heal this aspect and see things from a different perspective. And yes, have the courage and the strength to realize that you had this negative, low vibrational too. We all go through this. We all have to face our shadows. We've been too prideful in this. We've been having too egocentric of this. We thought that we're better, no. At the end of the day, it's a lot of things happen in our life to humble ourselves, to recognize that we're not better than others, that we are, that we have to work on ourselves so that we don't project our insecurities and our low vibration to other people. So the agile ability to maintain their composure at all times, their grace under fire, can also be a double-edged sword when fire really is the most pure and effective response. However, the most positive expression of this archetype is in overcoming pride. Overcoming pride, conceited, vanity, ego, and superiority to help bolster self-respect, self-esteem, and regard, which then helps them recognize, reinforce, and strengthen these personality fortifying forces in others. Do you get it now? Okay, I hope this makes sense. All right, in spirituality, when you see this, okay? So the strengths archetype doesn't fight fire with fire, but via their higher intuitive strength, if you're a Pisces, if you have Pisces in your chart, you guys are very intuitive strengths of mind. See King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Swords. They avoid the battle altogether. This card exemplifies Sun Tzu approach to continue a situation. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Thus, true inner strength is staying cool, calm, collected, meek, mild, unassuming, respectful, humble, patient, and gentle. Keeping your head when everyone else is losing theirs. As the Bible cautions, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Consider when it was written, it is likely that this is a light reminder of the strength archetype stands truly non-violent and thus self-preserving continuity. Okay, so right now you're working on this anger. Some of you are very angry for what was done to you, what the injustice that was done to you. Okay, well, we're going deeper into this, but I feel like I'm called to do this, and I'm going to respect this. Holy Spirit said, yes, thank you. Then thank you for liking the video and commenting and sharing, and so that way other people are able to find this message. Okay, it's important because it's not something that is taught basically, and it's good that another person, if they're dealing with this situation, are able to find it as well. Okay, but yeah, it takes a lot of strength to be calm, have self-discipline, right? And like literally tame this beast, right? Or beast. We all have these beasts, right? Especially when we deal with childhood situations, because usually the Six of Cups talks about like new beginnings, starting childlike, dreams, and like, very good energy, right? I will read this a little bit later, but it's in reverse, right? So can you imagine, like, this is somebody who had grew up with this anger, with this pain within themselves, right? And then building that strength to tame this beast, right? To stay calm, and sometimes it has resurfaced, right? It has has make you feel ashamed and thinking that that's something, that it's something wrong with you, but we all have to overcome this this situation, okay? Especially if we're dealing with very toxic and abusive relationships in our lives, okay? Oh, look at that, interesting. In the personal life, it says the strength archetype can engender greater cooperation and balance in a relationship. Look at that, Two of Cups. Via their infinite patience, understanding, peacemaking, soothing, comforting, calming, conciliation, placation, easing, and appeasing. Look at that. Wow. So I know that right now it must be very difficult to do this, but this is the actual indication that you will, okay? You will be able to hold it together. You will overcome this feeling, this low vibrational feeling, okay? Especially if there's somebody who is going to match your energy and you both are gonna help heal each other, yin and yang, okay? I like this. Characterized by taking a softer approach, especially when the other partner expresses the opposite behavior. This archetype maintains a peaceful, kind, loving, caring, close, considerate, harmonious, gentle, patient, and forbearing ambience within a relationship. Do you see what you're trying to build? If you don't have that yet, that's okay. This is what you're being guided to build within yourself, because you do have all controlling kind of mentality, okay? We'll get into that, but that's what is being guided here, okay? Whew, wow. Thus, the strength archetype signifies a transformative relationship where we grow into the best possible version of ourselves. When strength is present, our needs are met and accommodated by others, not through forceful expectation, okay, or demands, but because they're negotiated gently and harmoniously. When this archetype knows things are finally over, or a partner is cheating or lying to them, the devil, they simply gracefully detach from them with the least possible fuss and resistance. And Sun Tzu advised, a wise warrior avoids the battle. So that too is you being someone who have dealt with very toxic relationship where that people have cheated on you and stuff like that. Like that's something that, or lying, yeah. So indeed, the inner strength of this archetype is wholly reliant on letting our guard down in a relationship, emotionally exposing ourselves or showing our vulnerability and straining the bond of intimacy with another person by trusting our heart is safe in their hands. So if you needed that confirmation, it is safe for you to trust this person, whoever it is that you're thinking about right now that you want this type of relationship, or if you're already in a relationship with someone, okay? Now, if they don't do any of the positive energy that I just talked about, okay, this is not your person, okay? If they're abusive, they're unkind, they're not bringing you peace, they're not considerate, they don't give you space, they're not gentle, they're not patient, and they lie and cheat, okay, this is not for you. You're meant to be letting that go and know that you're better than that, and you deserve somebody who can actually respect you and, you know your self-worth, okay? I'm talking about those, if you're not in that relationship yet, and you're trying to get away from somebody who doesn't give that because you see someone, a prospect or someone that you know has these qualities, you're being guided to let that go, reject, and okay? Because there's someone better for you, okay? That's for specific for some of you. Yes, so heart in their hands. In overcoming the fear of rejection and squarely facing the possibility of grief and disappointment, we open ourselves up to the strongest possible love connection. So that's it. That's what you're working on. If you're not with someone yet, but you're seeing someone that you want to, but you're feeling this rejection energy, okay? You're meant to be healing this, okay? Because that's what it is that once you overcome that fear and then you're with this love connection, which by the way, everything confirms this person is in love with you, okay? With the King of Cups, Ace of Cups, okay? This is your wish fulfillment. But right now you're comparing this person as someone who cheated on you, right? Someone who betrayed you, someone who breadcrumbed you, right? But the Wheel of Fortune is that it's on your side. That's what they're saying, like slow and steady still wins the race, okay? Listen to your intuition. Stop lying to yourself, okay? Stop lying to yourself. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't do any of that stuff that you don't wish it was been done to you, right? If you're not that person who did that to you, don't do it to another person, right? But you're not. I feel like you have this fear or somebody's putting something in your head, but it's not true. The devil's in reverse. This person is not bound. This person is healed. Or you are healed. You are no longer bound. This is going to be a successful and very long-term relationship, very healthy. Also, if you've been having issues with, the King of Pentacles in reverse with the Two of Wands. Yeah, you have, wow, okay. You have very negative energies who don't want you to be with this person, which is very sad. This is somebody who is not loyal, who's not committed, somebody who is in your energy to giving you advice, but they don't know what a real relationship is. They never had a real relationship. They're not loyal or committed. So stop listening to people who are advising you to let go of something because they don't have it, so they're trying to prevent you from having this. That's not fair to you, okay? Don't take advice from people who haven't been in your shoes or who haven't been in this situation or have never been in a spiritual divine connection, which by the way are very rare. That person is jealous and very envious of you because you have that. Also, you probably, if the devil in reverse, I'm hoping, the Ace of Wands, you let this person go. You're very passionate towards this person, whoever this is. There's a new beginning. You're being getting nudged by the universe to do this, okay? It's interesting, like I was not meant to be doing this, so by the way, this was meant for you to find, okay? I was not going to do this, for real, okay? But, I'm highly intuitive. I'm someone who listens to my intuition and the divine, and I'm trying to be obedient here. Actually, it's even God. God pushed me to do this too. Yes, this transit works well and efficiency for the higher good of all. So that's the professional life. Okay, so yeah, here. In personal reading, the virtuous temperament of this archetype rising above his animal drives and instincts can reflect a higher-minded decision to resist sleeping with a partner or indulge in the physical needy aspects of our own character. There it is. You actually being guided to stop sleeping around. If you're somebody who's constantly giving their energy leaking away, and then you wonder why you don't have any money, why are you obviously always indulging in toxic, abusive relationship, and none of your dreams are coming true, and you know, you have very old, updated beliefs, and that sucks, you know. And it's preventing you from being with a person where you're going to be successful in building this generational wealth with. But it's not going to happen if you're not loyal, right? If you're a cheater, con artist, or you're doing something, you know what I'm saying, or strategizing, or you're hanging around with people who are constantly advising you not to be loyal, not to constantly be sleeping around, to doing things. Strategizing is for that, because they're low vibration and they want you to stay like that. They're mad, by the way. They're mad because somebody's telling you the truth. This could be a tarot reader, myself, or other people are telling you this, like, stop doing that. They're mad. They're mad because they know that you want to give this, you're admiring someone, you want to be actually this person, this King of Wands energy, somebody who is a warrior, a leader, very creative. But the World card here in reverse talks about you have to end the cycle with these people. You cannot be this King of Wands energy and go towards your person if you haven't ended the cycle. It's going to be blocked. Yeah, the Eight of Wands in reverse. Until you close this cycle, when you close this cycle with this person, people, karmics, toxic people who are preventing you from growing, from having this life, this clean, purified life, spiritual life, it's going to be reverse. And it's going to be keeping you stuck and stagnant. And these people know this. Until then, it's going to be like this. But the moment you change, you shift, you're going to have this open communication. This cycle is going to be over, and you're going to start a new beginning with someone new. Someone that you're passionate about, someone that you actually want to be with. Yeah, but you can't be in this King of Wands energy if you're in the King of Pentacles in reverse. If you're constantly leaking your energy, your pentacles and stuff, and spending money and things on hoes and bitches, and this is for women too. If you're spending your money on low vibrational men and people, and you're paying for all the shit and then having sex with them, like, why you gotta complain? Stop complaining. Now, in the health, I'm going to continue with the health because the strength talks about health. So when flanked by possibly toner cards, the strength archetype symbolizes robust health and physical fortitude, recovery from sickness, and restoring strength to a weakened and a compromised immune system. So perhaps you got sick by dealing with these people. Perhaps you got some type of disease. It could have been COVID. It could have been some STI, something. You got something by listening to these people, going to their journey, something that you didn't have. You didn't have none of this stuff, and all of a sudden you start hanging out with this low vibrational toxic people, very angry and stuff like that they can't control themselves. And something happened to you. Now you're in recovery. Now you need to look for test result. You need to do all these things, you know what I'm saying? But it's all indications to you, signs to you that you are not around the right people. Just saying, some of you need to hear that. Like, you're getting all this disease, sickness, not only in the physical, like mentally, spiritually, in every possible way. It's because these people don't want to heal their childhood wounds. They have an old mentality. They're constantly breadcrumbing partners and stuff like that. Like, they are emotionally unstable, and that's how their energy. They project things to other people. You, on the other hand, have a higher calling. With the Hierophant here is a calling, and it's the 5. It talks about change. You're meant to change. You're meant to evolve. You're not meant to be stuck in this situation. For real. You're meant to be moving forward and building generational wealth. Like, literally, the Wheel of Fortune is like, it's your destiny. But you're blocking these people. You're letting them block your destiny for what? For bitches? Hoes? People who are never going to give you the ultimate fulfillment? you're literally rotting your vessel right now by listening and staying around these people. And they're angry because they know that you're going to change, or you're going to let them left out in the cold, and you have to. These people are dragging you down. Yeah, it says it symbolizes the power overcoming anything mentally. See, the Queen of Swords. Emotionally, that's why the Queen of Cups was here. You've been dealing with something emotionally. See, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Could be an anxiety, could be depression. It could be something very intense and emotional. It could be a heartbreak. Like these people didn't let you heal from a heartbreak or something, or someone breaking your heart, and right away you start fucking other people and stuff like that. Like you didn't heal that. So now you're that's how you cope now. Like drinking, could be drinking a lot. It could be drugs and stuff, like very intense. Like these people are too much. The remissions to doing or controlling and previously raging illness. Yeah. Strength copes successfully with health imbalances, either by following the higher counsel and advice or adopting a passive, non-aggressive, and non-violent approach, right? This card often denotes a period of self-healing implemented via the power of our own mind to calm our nerves and anxieties. There it is. This is likely to be a time to successfully vanquish any natural physical urges to overindulge, such as binge eating, drinking, or drug taking. What did I say? I just said that. However, those whose natural animal impulses and emotions have been blocked, repressed, or insufficiently processed and released can endure physical health problems, which will be the human's body way of showing you psychological disease. If you want, retreat this, you can hear it again. But this is why you have people are creating psychological diseases. Okay? And then you constantly don't know why you need to, I'm telling you, there's very low vampire energy around you, okay? And it's time to let these people go. Make sure that this 13, the full moon in Capricorn, you put that into the universe that you're ready to release these people, because you have to. They're literally killing you. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, in every possible way, okay? Talk to God if this is your message, but he's going to confirm a lot of things. He's going to show you who are these people who you need to like cut off. Let's say you're somebody who lives with them, let's say they're roommates, okay? You need to create boundaries. You need to create ways like, stop calling me. I need you to keep your distance. I need you to not touch this, not touch, like you literally, and if they don't respect that, you need to find a way to get the hell out, okay? If this, I don't know why I felt like saying roommates, but if this is roommates, you need to know your worth, and you need to know that this is not good. Also, let's say your roommate's your ex, let's just say, which that's even harder, right? You need to find your way out, okay? Because you do have a very toxic person in your life that is literally draining you, okay? Now, all this of you is, it could be in a house, it could be a marriage, right? Maybe you're someone married, you know, and it could be dealing with someone who's a toxic father or mother, right? Someone in the masculine energy, but they have a very old mentality of dealing with children, right? They're very abusive and toxic, and you don't want to be with that. It could be a marriage. Be talking to someone who's married. And right now you're building the courage and the strength to get out, right? Reject this energy. This bond, this partnership needs to, and this person is very angry. You could be dealing with a narcissistic abuser, right? Which turns into, could be domestic violence, okay? Please seek the proper authorities. Do what you got to do. Create restraining orders, okay? Don't let them hurt your children. This is not okay. They have to hold themselves accountable and deal with their own situation, their own healing. You know what I'm saying? If not, go to jail. Serious. Okay, this is what he told me, very important. Okay, so it says, what did he say? So he said, British government did royal emblem of the crown with the slogan, keep calm and carry on, optimizes the sometimes repressive gracefulness of this archetype, which often then finds a more civilized way to purge their internalized emotional pain, anger, and frustration. In the documentary In Her Own Words, The late Diana, Princess of Wales, spoke in such terms of the infidelity of her husband and her bulimia. So you could be dealing with someone cheated, right? This could be for some of you. I was rejected. I didn't think I was, wow, look at that. Can't make this up. I was rejected. I didn't think I was good enough for the family, so I took it out on myself. I decided to do the more discreet thing, and it always felt better after I've been sick to get rid of the anger. Please, if someone's dealing with some type of suicidal thoughts or something like that, please, please, please ask for help. You're matter, you're good enough, you're meant to be here, okay? This situation, whoever is doing this to you, that has nothing to do with you. This is their own insecurities, their own toxic ways that they're transferred to you, okay? This is not okay, please. This attitude towards the quiet and graceful receiving of health-related news. The inner strength and fortitude they cultivate may also lead them to play down an illness in order to avoid drawing attention to themselves or being fussed over. Friends and family should remain conscious of this. For more than any other, this archetype tends towards suffering in silence. So with the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups, this is somebody who has been suffering in silence for a very long time. Very long time. Dealing with very angry people who strategize against them, who trying to jeopardize their partnership. It's very, very toxic. So please, 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 this is part of that journey, that part of that getting the courage and the strength to literally start walking away from what no longer serves you, okay? 111 on the clock. Wow. All right, Spirit. This is getting longer than I thought, but I think I explained pretty much what this is. The other major arcana was Emperor. So let me see. Maybe I can read you a little bit about it. Yeah. Okay. So it says that drive or impulse arrive first and leads the way extends to initiating, founding, pioneer, newness, novelty, innovation, invention, individuality, originality, and uniqueness, okay? So very divine energy. So this could be your energy, or eventually the energy that you will be once you overcome this fear, once you got the strength and courage to overcome this and have this partnership, but you have to heal inner childhood wounds, okay? And that's what it is. An emperor doesn't usually come up, and also the emperor is someone who goes through a lot of things to be an emperor, okay? As the archetype of a primary life force vitality, the emperor manages channels, aims, and directs it into either material resources, love and feelings, physical acts, or intellectual interests. So emperor thrives on challenge and will often take the path of most resistance. They aim for the mark of excellence and the highest possible professional achievement in their personal or work endeavors. Their sense of self-worth and ego validation is often solely reliant on their outward success and achievement. This can, unless consciously processed, set them up for huge blows, Tower, to their self-esteem and confidence. When they experience any sort of failure, be it material, emotional, mental, or physical, it destabilizes them negatively to an emperor who has perhaps received a blow to their pride or self-esteem can display exaggerated masculinity, willpower, selfishness, chauvinism, supremacy, and defensive invulnerability. Okay, or behavior that is overpowering, dominating, high-handed, oppressive, opinionated, dictating, forceful, controlling, bossy, strict, authoritarian, and even persecuting, intimidating, stubborn, unyielding, obstinate, and inflexible. You see why this oppressive system benefit from masculine and patriarchy and stuff like that, especially when they have suppressed and inner childhood wounds, right? When they destabilize a person, a masculine energy, I'm talking to men right now. This is a masculine that needs to hear this. This is why you have to heal this masculine mentality. Yet in the appropriate context, this archetype rigidity can be key to their success. Look at that. When you heal, it's actually the key to your success. It can actually help you deal with your anger issues and stop projecting it to other people and take accountability and responsibility for your own healing. The Emperor can display solid reasoning and judgment, extraordinary self-control, patient and persistent, a reasonable nature, an astute, intelligent, and worldly thinking and decision-making. Okay? Under higher-minded influence, they are capable of great self-realization, conscious awareness, grounding, and humility. Okay? Yeah. When the Emperor has great organizing ability and knows how to get the best out of others, be they family, friends, or co-workers, they have strong parental and authoritarian instincts, born and inherent capacity for home rule. The cards surrounding this archetype in a reading will indicate whether their parenting style is working for them or not. Now, is their parenting style working for them or not? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What did we just talk about? Yeah. So if someone is trying, let's say they are going to be a parent or not yet, perhaps, right? But they want to be better parents. If you're not healing this, you're not going to be. You're going to put all your shit and your healed trauma and stuff like that to that child. Now, this is for those who already are parents, who perhaps you're starting to, understand baby life, you're changing diapers and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, be careful with your anger. Be careful how you treat that child because it reflects on you. That's for some of y'all who want to be parents, right? Fathering is a major, this is what Steven Spiegel says. Fathering is a major job, but I need both things in my life. My job to be a director and my kids to direct me. And that's so true. That's how I see myself. My kids, yes, I'm there to guide them but I'm not here to bound them and trying to control them and they are their own person. And I'm here to guide them, but help them also understand who they are, who they're meant to be here, who, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's why I went through my decolonization and let go of this old toxic parenting, and I'm still working on it. I still have books of how to deal with highly sensitive kids because I was someone who is like that, and now I'm noticing that my kids are similar to me, and that's something that my mom tried to help me with that, but not really. But that's okay. At least she tried, But now it's up to me because she started with that, and now it's up to me to continue that and then show my children so that they can show their children. We are here breaking generational cycles here, especially generational trauma. Okay, if you look at the 41 podcast that I talk about that, about how it's not lazy or procrastinating, or it's not, it's literally generational trauma that we're healing. Okay, so remember that. If you're feeling kind of stagnant or things like that, we're here to cut that, to get like this, not this. All right, the Emperor in spiritual journey. So I felt like it says, the archetype who most appreciate masculine, tangible, material rewards and achievement, it often takes a great blow to the Emperor's ego, resulting in the greater self-realization and induces a spiritual awakening for them to overcome their psycho-spiritual blocks and resistance. So that's what this Emperor is going through. It's letting go of the resisting, letting go, surrendering, building that courage and strength to overcome their fears, build better resilience, and also heal that inner childhood wounds. That must be a priority here. Okay, so the Two of Cups. There's something that I saw here. Yes, so yeah, he told me to say, so you might have met a kindred spirit, someone whose presence helps you approach life and love with greater balance, peace, and equanimity. If you don't know what equanimity is, go check it out what it is, okay? This pure, sacred, heart-to-heart connection exists only on a higher, subtle, and logical, inexplicable plane. It can't be rationalized or quantified. So I know if an emperor, perhaps a Taurus, any of the earth signs, Pisces also, you guys need to have this concrete facts, right? You need something tangible to believe it, right? But right now, this is inexplicable love. Love transcends anything, okay? So you can't rationalize it, or you can't quantify it, okay? This is why this connection is so powerful, it's so high vibration, okay? Materially speaking, the Two of Cups indicates that a partnership of some kind will increase your wealth or balance your finances. What did I say? What did we say? This is why you're being guided to heal, okay? And to let it go, all the people that are trying to jeopardize this. It's in your chart. Check your birth charts, okay? You're meant to be with somebody very high vibration, just as you, if you choose to, because it's a choice, a free will. If you want to stay stuck in your karmic cycle, not change and evolve, that's on you. You lose that opportunity and you lose that destiny that it's already written for the both of you. And they know this. Your low karmic people, they know this. By partnering with a person who possesses the exact attributes you lack and vice versa, you are propelled forward as a half of a more complete and unified whole. The emotional balance and equanimity of this card filters down through all areas of your life, health, and general well-being. Any previous buildup of tension or pressure, right? Whether physical, mental, emotional, material, should now begin to smoothly and gently unwind and be released. So that's what's going on. You're releasing that resistance. That's what it is. Because it's like, it's like you guys are colliding. Like I feel like in the spiritual realm, this is already merging. You might be feeling your person a lot, or your person might be feeling your energy, because you surrender. You're choosing. Yeah, you're doing this work. When you choose healing, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's miracles that you see, but you still have something to heal, okay? Also, let me read you what it says, the six, one second. The Six of Cups in reverse, okay? Because I read something and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So maybe this could be resonated for someone? Because I said it's the inner childhood wounds, right? But it could mean something else. Let's see. The Six of Cups in reverse, okay? It says, oh, sorry, I'm looking at from Spellcaster Handbook. It says reverse. Ties to the past are broken. A quarrel with a friend or the loss of a friend, betrayal or lack of loyalty. A need to examine and reconnect with one's roots. A matter in the past was not resolved or taken care of. An argument between siblings. Look at that. So it's a sibling. Someone is a sibling. It's a sibling that doesn't want this for you. And they're trying to keep you stuck. They're jealous and envious of your divinity because they don't have that. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why they're so angry. Because they're not chosen, but you are. Oh yeah, and they're betraying you, moon magic, all type of stuff. But you still have this love for whoever it is, but also you're giving love to yourself too, even through all of this. Now, let me read you the Four of Cups, and I think we're going to end it here. This is getting longer than I thought. Good thing that we're not editing this. It's just going straight to YouTube, okay? Because, wow, my phone does not have the space for this. Okay, interesting. Four of Cups. Okay, here we go. So maybe I read you the Hierophant. Let's see. We'll see. Let's see. But for now, I need you to understand the Four of Cups, okay? The Four of Cups is a card of emotional disengagement, usually due to deep dissatisfaction with a situation, relationship, or life in general. So I feel like this is also another person that is dissatisfied. Yes? Uh-oh. 1 second. See, I'm getting into something. 1 second.